So it's the end of January, which means I'm here with my January wrap-up. Now, I read a total of 6 books this month, but since I'm not counting the number of books I'm reading but the pages, I'll tell you that I read 2,296 pages. That is well over what I was intending to read, about 600 pages more than I need to read each month in order to reach my goal of 20,000 pages by the end of the year. So I'm on good standing there. So I'll just show you what I read and talk a little bit about each one. So the first one I read is David Copperfield. Now this is a real old copy, so I didn't actually read this. I actually read it on my e-reader because you can get most classics for free. So this was 796 pages. I really enjoyed it for like the first half, and then it kind of went a bit downhill from there. And I was just waiting for the book to be over, to be honest. So, you know, I stuck through it. I read it. I watched the movie, the version with Hugh Dancy in it, which I thought was quite well done. But yeah, I ended up giving it 3 stars on Goodreads. The next book I read, I absolutely love. It's called How I Live Now by Meg Rossoff. This is the book where I actually saw the movie first and had no interest in really reading it. And after I saw the movie, I was like, I have to read this book. And it just stuck with me. I'll link my review below, but in case you don't want to watch it, I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. The next book I read, I don't have with me because I lent it to my Oma, and she's currently reading it. And that's Hollow City, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Rigg. It's the 2nd book in the series. I thought it was okay. I didn't really do a review on it just because I thought it was just okay. There's nothing really new that's introduced. I really liked the first one because it was something new to me, you know, incorporating these strange found pictures into the story, and, you know, this one was like, okay, yes, you know, the story does move along, but it does end on a cliffhanger because there's a 3rd book coming out too, so I will pick it up. The next book I read was Stranger in a Strange Land. This book was phenomenal. As you see, I have it all marked up. I did a recent review of this, so I won't talk too much. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. The next book I picked up is, I'm almost done. Almost done. 50 pages left. It's called A Long Way Gone by Ishmael Bey. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. And it's subtitled actually Memoirs of a Boy Soldier. It's so wonderfully told. I don't want to say too much. I'm not going to rate this book, and I'll explain why in a separate video when I do a review of this. Last thing I read was a manga called Tomi, and it's by Junji Ito, called Tomi, and it's a horror manga, and this was actually a reread for me. It had been 7 years since I've last read it, and I just found myself thinking about it recently and decided to go back at it, and it is almost just as terrifying as the first time I read it. I will do a separate review of that since I don't see a lot of people have read this. Yes, so that's all I read in January. I don't really know what I'm going to read in February. A few ideas I'll just throw out there of what I kind of want to tackle. I want to kind of get maybe House of Leaves read, Cinder, and Jane Eyre, but there's no guarantees on me reading those this month. I have downloaded a few other mangas that I'm interested in reading as well, and since those are really easy to do, I'll probably get around to those in February. And that's it. So let me know down in the description box whether you've read any of these books, and if you have any recommendations of what I should read for February. So, keep reading.